Someone in the middle.
Welcome back to Miss On Scene and
Happy Halloween!
It is a very crazy holiday. I'm really excited. It's going to be awesome. However, there's some serious things happening, even though you probably cannot take me serious right now. But what we talked about last week, about the robbery and how we didn't feel so safe on campus, that was all for no reason.
Yeah, right after we got out of shooting this, I got the email saying, sorry students, this person has made a false report, this person has been arrested, and I was like, oh no, I just did a report on this, and we were serious, and it's a concern for our safety, and then I'm sorry to the viewers that we had to give you guys false information about that, because it's not a good thing.
Right. But the real story, to me, is really interesting, actually. So apparently this guy, his name is Brian Molden. Hi,
Brian.
Excuse my mustache. Well, he apparently met some people on Kik, the social media website or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know much about it, but he met a guy and a girl, and he was meeting them to have a
Menage a trois.
A menage a trois. Yeah, something like that. And they didn't show up. I don't know what triggered in his mind to then go, okay, let me have a sexual thing by myself next to the chapel outside. Yeah, and some people ran into him and saw him. And apparently he paid them to not say anything. And then I guess he reported the robbery because he was embarrassed and he wanted his money back.
Or, he could have just not. All of it, just not.
Stop anything.
Just at any point in time, he could have just not. And it would have been fine. But no, he had it. Well, I feel kind of bad for the kid a little bit because filing a false police report is a felony.
It's a serious thing.
And it's a really weird situation, but I just feel bad that this kid is stuck with a felony now.
Right.
And that's going to affect him for the rest of his life. Even if he's a weirdo now, he will hopefully be a functioning human being sometime in the future.
Right. Well, my thing is, you're in college, so you should be smart enough to know not to do those things outside. And why would you want to do that anyways? Why didn't you just go to your room and do that alone? Why do you have to do it in public? I don't get it.
I don't know.
I still don't understand his reasoning for calling the police anyways, because that just involves police, which complicates things. And I have a serious bliss now.
These costumes, I swear.
This is a very serious topic, and we are not serious at all. But all of this sounds like it can't be real, but of course it is. And of course it happened at UCA.
I'm telling you, reality is stranger than fiction. But speaking of fiction and fictional characters, Harry Potter, not really Harry Potter though, more like
Daniel Radcliffe.
Exactly.
Daniel Radcliffe has been a love interest of mine since I was a child, and he's even more so my love. Basically, once he went on to Jimmy Fallon the other night, he rapped. I don't even know the song. I'm not familiar with the rap song or whoever it is, but he, in his American voice, he went off and did this whole alphabet of a rap, and it's just so impressive. I don't know if we have a clip of it or something in the background, but I'm in love with it, and I'm very impressed. I can do anything like it. You guys have seen it.
Actually, no, I haven't. But my question, because I'm so far behind. But is it really impressive, or is it just because he's a white British dude rapping? Because let's be real.
That's true.
He was pretty good.
It was
actually,
good.
I think we have the clip, actually. So we should be able to see that soon.
Oh, okay.
There it is.
I guess we just have a screenshot.
Basically unbombarding, casually create catastrophes, casualties canceling cats got their canopies collapsing. Detonate a dime a dank daily do and do. Demonstrations, Don Dada on the down low. Eating other editors with each and every energetic epileptic episode, elevated etiquette. Furious, fat, fabulous, fantastic. Flurries of funk felt feeding the fanatics. Gift got great, global goods gone glorious. Getting God.
Yeah, Daniel Radcliffe is so great.
I know. I like getting back on him,
He was feeling the music. He was doing I think it's the alphabet song or the whatever by Blackalicious.
Okay.
So it's literally this entire song where they're going by each letter of the alphabet. That's why he was flipping the
Yeah,
card or
yeah.
whatever and using the words. But he was actually really good,
I know.
which surprised the hell out of
Things
me.
to do later today. Watch Daniel Radcliffe. Well, anyways, as much as I obviously am a huge Harry Potter fan and I love talking about Daniel Radcliffe,
Obviously.
I love talking about J.K. Rowling even more. So as a special treat to all of her little witches and wizards running around, she released a essay on Pottermore about Dolores Umbridge.
Ugh,
And-
I hate her.
Yes.
I
Everyone
don't
hates
even
her.
remember that.
And oh, she was awful. Well, the best part of it is that it kind of gave you a backstory on Umbridge, and you could kind of see why she was such an awful person. Doesn't make her any less of an awful person, but then you're like, oh, okay. But the best part is that she goes into a little bit more detail about how Umbridge was inspired by somebody she knew, and she's like being the vaguest of vague. She's like, I may or may not have taken a class or had an instructor or teacher that I may or may not have butted heads with. But she was quick to say that this is not, this person was nothing like Dolores Umbridge. She just took attributes and exaggerated them like 100-fold.
Yeah.
And it wasn't, anything mean or spiteful. She just saw a character and created one. And of course, I'm freaking out because it's more Harry Potter. And of course,
Yeah.
like I'm a Ravenclaw, what can I say? I always get excited. But it's just, the best thing about this is that, especially with the website Pottermore, which is kind of like the online community, I guess, of Potterheads.
The fact that they're
many
called
terms.
Potterheads.
Potterheads.
In a scandal, people are called gladiators or popeheads. So, it's all good.
Funny. The best part is that this is her releasing little tidbits, so she doesn't have to do an all-out book or a huge release. She had written one before where it was adult Harry grown up, and him and Ron and Hermione, and kind of where they were in their families, and they're reuniting at like a Quidditch game or something, and it was Rita Skeeter talking about it, and it's just great because it's these little moments that we can still pop in. It's still it's like an old friend that you haven't seen in years. You graduated high school or college with them, and they still mean a lot to you. You just you live far, far away apparently, and you can check in on them on Facebook. That's kind of what this is like.
I was wondering why she wanted to, I guess, release this stuff, because like you said, the thing before she released on them getting older and stuff like that. I was wondering, I was like, is she trying to make more money? Is that what it is? Or is she just miss it? Or is it the fame? Because I feel like she has plenty of money with all the amusement parks and all the...
Well, she donates most of it to charity too.
that's nice.
She
Yeah,
lost her, I think it was her billionaire status, because she donates most of it to charity. I think, also as an artist, when you find something that you love so much and something that took so much of your life,
Right.
and it's like your baby, and you still want to add to it and keep it growing. And I mean, this is, how many years was it? 7 years of these characters' lives, and they had so much before and they had so much after that she has a lot of room to play with. And I mean, I love it. It's always like, I always want to know, why was she so awful? Why was Umbridge such an awful person? I want to know.
They should just start an entire new series, I feel like. Just with Harry Potter, but just be like Harry Potter Part 2 or something.
Like
I don't know.
Degrassi, The Next Generation, and then there's more
Harry Potter,
Degrassi going on.
The Next Generation.
Yeah.
But this is Halloween, and we'll be back.
Places, everybody.
Like check. 1, 2, 1, 2.
Everything looks good on our end.
And lights.
Come alive with the forest. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
I just moved in with his family, and it's embarrassing. The little one, he likes to go outside and crawl around in the giant litter box. I don't know what he's doing. Oh, poop already. You're making me nervous.
It should be back, but just watch on the screen.
For those dealing with the struggles of caring for a loved one, we hear you. Visit aarp.org/caregiving for advice and support.
That was a really quick
I was looking at the time.
Mom, can we get some ice cream? Please, Mom, please.
No, we're having dinner soon.
Like, is he angry at you? I can't really tell.
He's angry. Hey, this is 2, right?
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect
Never mind.
parent.
Go ahead.
There are thousands
Yeah,
of
it was
children
2,
in
right?
foster care who will
Okay.
take you just as you
Should
are.
be coming back soon.
Know what?
What?
Since I
Around
got
18
adopted,
straight
I've
away. I
learned
wish somebody
a
was
lot
in
about
here and I
these
could be
humans.
like, just ask
I
me in
know.
the
I mean, check out
We'll try
these
again.
two. Flirt City over here.
Yeah, I noticed that. It looks like my human is definitely into your human.
Oh, look. I think she's getting his number.
Socks and sandals,
Your
Marshall the
human's
Shell.
got some sweet moves.
Takes after his
Um,
dog.
He knows
Oh, look,
the
they're
order,
doing that thing
so
where they
if
put
you
their
wanna
arms
keep it
around
down
each
quick.
other.
She
Just
kicked
do
up a
that.
leg.
We
It's
actually
like in the
have a clip
movies.
coming up
That's
later.
awesome. Looks like we're going to be hanging out a little bit more.
Traditional light bulbs actually generate 9 times more heat than light. Let's switch to Energy Star light bulbs and stop burning through cash. Saving energy saves you money.
Hey guys, welcome back to Miss On Scene. So let's talk a little bit about some fashion trends. I've personally noticed socks and sandals. I don't know if you guys have seen this around campus. I mean, I know it's been a little bit of a trend, but specifically for this fall season, because it is getting a little bit colder, I don't know why, but people want to keep wearing their sandals. So why not just combine them both? So yeah, we have a picture up. And
That's
it's,
awful.
It's a huge trend right now, and I personally don't mind it. I mean, I love wearing sandals, and if my toes get cold, which is like a majority of the time, why not? I mean, I don't have a problem with it.
Like the Birkenstocks, I can't do the Birkenstocks ones. Like that bugs me. But like the pink ones on the end or the ones in the middle, like I feel like those are special socks that should be seen.
Yeah.
And it's another fashion statement that you can, it's like layering. You can see multiple ones. I will never, I mean, I know the practicality of like the Nike, Adidas, whatever, like slip-on ones with your Nike and Adidas socks. I get the practicality of it because it makes life a little bit easier for athletes. I still think it looks stupid. And I don't like it. I still don't agree with it.
I agree with that statement because, okay, I guess if you're trying to make a fashion statement, okay, but I'm just so against socks with sandals. The reason being is because when I was a kid and we were all those kids, we watched Rocket Power. On Rocket Power, they always told you wearing socks and sandals on the beach was bad. It made you a shoebie. You're never supposed to be a shoebie, ever, not even in real life.
Don't be a shoebie.
I don't get it. Why not just wear clothes and shoes if you want to wear socks?
What if it gets hot later in the day and you're just like, okay, maybe I can just take my socks off and just wear my sandals? I feel like it's an option for all these sort of temperatures, but it's also fashionable.
I don't think there's any practicality to this at all. I think it legitimately is just a statement that
I'd like
somebody
to
wants
think
to
there's
make.
practicality in
I
there.
don't think
I
there
like to
is.
have practical gifts and wardrobe
The only
outfits.
practicality I think out of it is that you can use your spring and summer wardrobe into fall and winter.
Yeah.
I think that like you can use the shoes that you wear in those months in the winter and fall. But I think it's for those girls that like being trendy and like wearing kind of quirky things.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Oh no, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that's what is. I remember, oh golly, 8th grade, 9th grade, I wore these awful black flats, but I would wear crazy socks. Like I made it my point to wear weird patterned or like cartoon character socks, but they never matched.
Okay.
And I would wear this with.
I need them to match. I don't wear non-matching socks.
I can never find matching socks. Everyone thinks it's like it's a statement that I'm trying to make. No, it's like legit. I'm just so unorganized. I can never find matching socks. But I remember that, and it was a dark time in my life.
I don't know. I'm still against socks and sandals. I can't do it. I definitely can never do it. I'm not good at those like crazy trends like that. I'm just like, really? But I kind of get the athlete thing because I've seen that forever. Guys have always done it. They've always ignored the rules, and they've always done the whole slip-on shoes and stuff. But trends. Speaking of another trend coming on.
Well, speaking of shoes in general, Marcel the Shell with Shoes On came out last week, and it's the most adorable thing. I don't even know. It's been 2 years, or roughly 2 years, since the last part of Marcel the Shell with Shoes On has come out. So I think we have a clip for Marcel the Shell Part 3.
Sure.
They're the idiots of the sea. One time I saw a shrimp just swim right into a rock. Sometimes when I get stressed out, my shell feels tight. But I have ways of unwinding.
What's with the grape?
Well, it was supposed to be a surprise.
For me?
So, as you can see from that clip, it's just, I don't even know how they created this like years ago, but Marcel the Shell has one little eyeball and these pink little shoes on, having fun throughout his life. I mean, I don't even know. It has millions of views on YouTube. And I mean, it's been part of my life since I was like in middle school, high school.
Wow, really?
Yeah, it's been around for a little bit.
I didn't know it was out there that much.
Yeah, and people constantly quoted him, and I mean, it's a pretty big part of people's lives. So.
Oh, apparently we're not in the know.
I live under the
It must be
rock.
for younger people. You wouldn't know. So.
Hey, my birthday is Sunday. That's just rude.
Oh, happy early birthday.
Yeah.
You're old, Jess.
Shush. Shush.
But speaking of parties and birthday kind of things, and Marcel the Shell, who with the crazy little outfit, which is really cute, it's Halloween, obviously.
Yeah.
I have not gotten my official costume yet. I still have to go get that after the show today, but
So you're improvising right
I'm
now.
improvising. I love my little mustache and my sunglasses. I'm just too cool for school. I might fit on Freak Show. I could be the mustache lady instead of the bearded lady.
Oh, yeah, that would work.
I think that's pretty good.
Okay.
I mean, mine was, I would wear this, both my fangs and my uniform every day, but it's not exactly, yeah. So this is the only day of the year that I can look like this and it'd be okay. Now, this is like costume one of maybe 3 or 4. I'm one of those people that has like, I can just be like, oh, I got a party in 20 minutes. Cool. I'm going to go grab this.
Right, yeah.
And if there's another one that pops up, yeah.
Yeah.
I got a lot planned.
Today I was just Halloween-y. I wasn't a specific costume. And then for this show, I put on this flapper dress that I wore for my junior prom, which I'm really proud of, by the way. It was like $200, I think, but still, like, I mean, I love it. It's really heavy because it's a lot of beading, but I love it. And then I'm going to go to a party later on. Get a little bit sexier than this, but I'm still looking forward to it.
What's your favorite candy? Are you going to eat lots of candy?
I surprisingly haven't had any candy at all today. I've been expecting my teachers to give me stuff, but that might be just like a middle school thing. I don't know. But my favorite candies are Sour Patch Kids and Kit Kats. Like, I could literally eat those all night long. Like, oh my God.
We had, in the theater department, you weren't there, you were over here, I think, but we were in the scene shop, and all of a sudden they were like, we're gonna celebrate the end of the end of building the set for the show, and all of a sudden she pulls out this piñata, which is a spider, and she was like, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna joust for the piñata. So we had someone in a rolly chair, someone with a stick, and we were like pushing each other through the piñata, and then that's how we got candy. And that's where this mustache came from, actually.
Fantastic.
So that was pretty cool, and I know that I was reading about a whole bunch of Halloween fails, specifically pumpkin fails. Apparently there's so many pumpkin fails, it's kind of ridiculous, like extremely. I know there was a Kim Kardashian pumpkin.
Oh yeah, I saw that picture and I was like, why?
I'm like, how does that work? And then there was an Elvis one, and then there was this one pumpkin that was just kind of throwing up everywhere,
That sounds
and I was
crazy.
like, it's kind of scary.
Do you have a picture of it or no? I haven't seen any of these. Okay, never mind.
So, but yeah, the pumpkins were really cool, and I don't know, I'm just really excited about Halloween.
That's the one thing. Me and my friends, we actually over fall break, we had a we call it Spoopy. It's an online joke thing because people misspell spooky, but spoopy is more like you're just having like good old like Halloween-y fun. You're not trying to get scared.
Yeah.
You're just trying to try stuff. We made soup in a pumpkin. We cut out a pumpkin, put like all the soup stuff in it.
Oh, yum.
Made it, and then like you scoop it all out, and then you have pumpkin soup. We made homemade pumpkin pie. We watched Hocus Pocus and Halloween Town, and we ate like our body weight in candy corn, which like I was okay with.
Okay.
And and eventually we played Cards Against Humanity, which is not Halloween at all, but it was a fun night. And that's what I've been loving most about Halloween. It's just like me and my friends getting together and kind of having like themed nights.
Yeah.
And like watching like scary movies together, or me and my friend one weekend went to Magic Screams.
Oh,
we went to the haunted houses there.
I saw your pictures of that.
Oh my gosh, it was so much fun. We both dressed up. We Disney bounded, which is like being inspired by a Disney character. I was a lost boy from Peter Pan, and she was Minnie Mouse, but we were pinup versions.
Ooh.
It was super cute. And then my sister was like a little greaser girl. She wore like a leather jacket and Converse, and she had her hair like all victory rolled up. It was so cute. But it was super fun. Like, they were really cool, like haunted house. Okay, one was really cool. These clowns, though, came up on us. Was not having it. I literally had to grab my friend and pull her out of the house because they pinned her up against a wall, and she was terrified and fell to the ground.
That sounds
And
terrifying.
so I had to grab her. But I love Magic Screams. I can't wait to go back again next year. It was fun.
That sounds great.
I just hope everyone has a great time this Halloween, because I know I am. It's going to be a long night after the show. And after that, I'm just going to go to a party, and we're going to have a good time, eat lots of candy, drink a little drink, because we're all of age.
I'm not.
But most of us are, and that's what we're going to do for Halloween. And we're really hoping you guys enjoy your Halloween. And we'll have lots of things coming up after the break.
There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you. Meet one today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org. Adopt.
This is the picture I sent him. It's like the racism posters.
Mom, can we get some ice cream? Please, Mom, please.
No, we're having dinner soon.
Please.
You don't have to be perfect.
The
to be a
racism
perfect parent.
posters and Lissa Strada.
There are
and then we're
thousands of
out.
children in foster care who will take you just as you are.
You got the picture?
Yeah, that's
what I'm talking about.
For those dealing with the struggles of caring for a loved one, we hear you. Visit aarp.org/caregiving for advice and support.
Snatch it
At
up.
the University of
Oh
Central
my God.
Arkansas, I've encountered world-changing academics and game-changing athletics, helping me become a regular on the Southland Conference Honor Roll. I was able to graduate early with a business degree, and now I'm seeking a second degree in physical education, all while playing Division I volleyball, softball, and soccer. UCA put me and my education front and center. Learn how at uca.edu.
Don't look at me. Your hair's a bit frizzy today. Aww. You should pick that up.
Every day, kids witness bullying.
For you.
They want to help, but don't know how. Teach your kids how to be more than a bystander. Visit stopbullying.gov.
Hi, and welcome back. Now, even though we ended on a really fun note, we're going to get a little bit serious real quick. I even took my fangs out because I wanted to be taken really serious about this. And I'm really proud of, I wish I knew who was doing this, but around campus they have been posting the last words of victims shot down by police. I saw these earlier this week, and obviously I'm not African American, and I would hopefully think I would never get shot at the police. But seeing some of the last words of these posters around campus it's heartbreaking. It's so hard. I saw some that was, I love you too. Is this real? I don't have a gun. And those are so hard to look at, but I'm glad that this is moving more into, it's coming home. It's not still just in Ferguson, or it's not just in like New York City. It's coming home for us.
It's about time. Yeah. Honestly, I am African American. And it's about time that these things are put into our faces and not just something we see on TV or something on a screen or something we read about, but these are literally everywhere. They're posters everywhere. They say Black Lives Matter. They have the last words of people who were shot down police, but not only Black people who were shot down police, by other people too. And it's really important to see these things, and I wish we all knew who was doing it. We have no idea what organization's doing it on campus, if it's even an organization or maybe just a group of people who were like, you know what, let's talk about this.
Right.
It's time. It matters. There's too many things that are going on, and enough is enough.
Oh, yeah.
And so I am very proud of whoever's doing it, and I really wish I knew who was so we could interview them and ask them, what is your specific reasons? However, I think I know the reasons, but you know what I mean? Like, really get into the nitty-gritty of what's happening in our country,
Right, yeah.
in our environment in general, especially here at UCA. Diversity, color, everything. These are things that we should talk about, things that we should make sure that we all understand each other and tolerate each other. So these crazy things that they're talking about on the posters don't happen, you know what I mean?
Right.
Because there's even one poster that was talking about Yik Yak, and it had on the side of it what racists think about Black women's bodies on Yik Yak. And it was the most disgusting things I have ever seen. And I was just like, enough. I'm tired. Like, I can't do this anymore. And none of us should have to do this. I shouldn't have to do this. You shouldn't have to do this. It's important things that should be addressed, and I really wish I could shake the person's hand.
Honestly, yeah. I mean, I've seen a couple of the posters around, and I mean, some of them were just like on the ground, and I was just like, what does that say? And it was talking about like racism is like a serious thing, and I was like, wow, it really, yeah. Now that I think of it, it really is a true problem, not just like in the campus, but like generally everywhere. And yeah, I'm tired of it, and it shouldn't be here.
Well, I think another great thing about the posters is I've seen those posters online, like I've seen the graphics and stuff made online, and you know, when I saw them online, I was like, oh, I'm glad that this is a thing that people can look up, but unless you're looking for something like that or just happen to be in an environment on a website that would show something like that, you wouldn't find it. I walked out of class and was like hit in the face with this. And I think that's why like it was so hard for me to see, because I, one, wasn't expecting it. Anybody can see it, which is great.
Yeah.
But two, it's in like our lives. It's not just, oh, I can click in and out of this website, and you know, if I don't want to see this right now, I can just go anywhere. Like, I remember seeing it the second day, saying, I wish I could take these posters down, not because I don't think they should be seen, but because it hurts so much to see them.
Yeah.
And know that there are people who believe that other people should be shot just because of their race, or think that they're guilty of something just because of their race. And it's like, it's terrifying. And I never had to experience that, but it's still terrifying.
It absolutely is. And more importantly with that stuff, with it being, be able to see it, it's not something that's in the past. It's not something that's just in our history books. And people make that mistake all the time, thinking, oh, it's over now. Everything is all hunky-dory, and it's really not. There's some serious things happening, and there's things that we should address and talk about.
Yeah.
And that also goes with the whole activism thing, and activism is very important. And speaking of activism, Lysistrata's happening.
Lysistrata! I'm so excited. Finally, it's up. I'm so excited. Everyone, I know some people who, when I told them I was in Lysistrata, they're like, a Greek? And I'm like, no, it's still relevant. I swear it is. Because the best part is that, one, it's about sex, which is going to be relevant forever. But also, it's about, actually, in the original Greek version, it was not a feminist movement.
Right.
It was actually making fun of women. Because it was like, if even women can figure out how to do this, like, look how stupid this idea is and what women are doing. But now, of course, it completely changed. But it's so, this show is so much fun. It's hilarious. I get to be like, I don't know, I guess I'm 80. I don't know. I'll say I'm 80 because I'm the oldest old lady there, just hobbling around.
I like it because we just kind of took everything and we flipped it.
Yeah.
And we're going for the strong woman idea, and the idea that war is stupid and
What
it
is it
shouldn't
good
be
for?
going on.
What is it good for?
Absolutely nothing. So I love that about Lysistrata, and I'm happy to be in it. I'm happy to be
I can't wait to see you
Lysistrata.
guys. I'm gonna go see next week, and I'm really pumped.
It's great. You better get your tickets early because we actually opened to a crowd of 260 people last night.
And it felt like 260
And
people.
it felt like 260 people.
I do need to get my tickets soon.
And our theater only holds 290. So it was a full house, the biggest house I've ever seen. But I am glad that we had this episode and we're all ready for Halloween, so stay on scene.